Gurvan Hall, he won't be able to play the first half of the Clemson game. Is that a big deal or no big deal?
It's a big deal because Clemson's always going to bring a lot of speed at the receiver position and obviously at running back. And no offense to Amari Carter, but he just doesn't have that next level athleticism that a Gurvan Hall does. And I always think that Bolden playing next to Hall makes Hall a lot better. And not having him out there to be able to run and just kind of get in the lanes of these outstanding receivers Clemson has is going to make it a little bit tougher on us.
Yeah, it's never good when you lose one of your better defenders, especially when you're going against the number one team in the country. It was a silly targeting penalty to begin with. There was absolutely no reason for it, especially we're up huge in the second half. And this team is well aware that we're going to get called for targeting no matter what. So the refs are always looking for it. It was pretty obvious. You could even hear it through the TV, the helmet-to-helmet contact. But yeah, it's a tough loss. Hopefully, the other guys can step up and hold it down for the first half until Gurvan can, return and get on the field.
All right, so the defense only allows 10 points. Florida State had 330 total yards, forced 3 turnovers. Is there anything that you like to see Miami improve on defensively?
I think second level speed is my number one thing. Having McLeod and Jennings are solid players, but whenever you have both of them out there on the field, I think you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. I thought Gil Frierson had an awesome game, probably the best game he's had since he's been at Miami. There was a couple plays where he ran the seam and made it like a tackle in open space, and the guy who's just breaking around the edge, where you're like, oh, this is the way our linebackers used to always be. They'd always come forward, make a play on the ball, and cause these tackles for losses and force defense or force offenses into second and longs, third and longs. I want to see that more. I don't think I know McLeod had a good sack in the game, and Jennings, sticks his head in, but I don't think that they're quick enough and athletic enough to make up for when they make mistakes. I'd rather put a Brooks out there consistently, even maybe a Steed, and see what he had more consistently, just because they can make mistakes, but they have the athleticism and the speed to make up for it. And I think against Clemson, you can't make mistakes and be slow. So we got to have some speed out there for sure.
And I'm going to say that we definitely need to improve on opening drives, not only in the beginning of the game, but in the beginning of the second half. This is now 2 weeks in a row in which Louisville went down, got points on their opening drive. They got points on their opening drive in the second half, and the same thing happened this week with Florida State. So when teams are running their scripted plays, they're moving the ball on us. Baker needs to come out and see if we can get a quick 3 and out, or at least get a stop on an opening drive, because we can't live being down early all the time. We get the ball back to our offense and it's 0-0 and we go up 7-0. That's already a huge momentum shift in the beginning of the game. So those opening drives, while there's certainly time to come back and bounce back from that, but we can't constantly have points being scored on us on those drives.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's a little tougher on those first drives, obviously, because they're scripted. But sometimes I like how we make adjustments. I do feel like the coaching staff, they make adjustments throughout the game. But you would like to see, especially, when the offense goes down and score, us stop them or vice versa. But we'll definitely keep an eye out on that, especially, hey, we're about to really find out a lot about this defense going up against Clemson. I think the one thing you need when you go up against Clemson, I think you're going to need confidence. And I feel like, hey, Florida State, thank you guys for the confidence booster, because we're going to need it going up against those Clemson guys.